92% of households that start the year with Peloton are still active a year later.
All because of a fancy bike?
It's not just a bike. Peloton makes treadmills, too.
All treadmills are the same.
Our treadmills can adjust speed and incline automatically, so you never break your stride. Whether you're squeezing in a power walk or training for a marathon, Peloton can help you achieve your fitness goals. 92% stick with it. So can you. Try the Peloton Tread risk-free with the 30-day home trial. New members only. Not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home-trial.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show Podcast, the daily show, where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Each and every day from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Wow. Oh, my God. Yeah. Big news. Except not at all. Hollywood's World of Sports, that would be the one and only Joey Williamson, is up in arms because I guess the WWE got sold. Yesterday, I was seated next to a enormous wrestling fan at the Grand Rapids Gold game. His name is Phil. By the way, I can't continue with that Blues Brothers canvas behind me being crooked. I actually have to get up right now, walk over there, and bring it back. Like, straighten it out. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. This is very important. Are you like, I can't really reconcile it in my brain. Holy shit. Yeah, my brain is just mush right now. I had probably last night. I'm not going to get into the particulars of it, but I had the biggest anxiety attack that I have had in probably 2 years. I mean, it was awake, almost got out of bed. I actually had to wake my wife up, and I was like, "Hey, this is where my brain is right now," and she kind of understands. When I say kind of understands, when I'm having an anxiety attack, everything that is irrational and not at all true is as real as what you see in front of your face. It's and I'm like, oh my God. And it just came cascading down. Oh. Now, I'm not one to brush these off. Okay? I usually use this as a reason to act and do something different or change things up. I don't know. I realize I'm being somewhat vague here, but that's by design. Extreme, palpable. I was like, wow, this is the worst day of my life. This is so terrible. This mic's acting up. There it is. Hold on. There we go. And so it was just messing with me. Hang on. This thing is just jacked. Come on! Yeah, bitch! You fucking shit together, motherfucker! So it put me in a bad spot. And it was just messing with me. Oh, my God. And then prior to that, I had gotten a text message. Because this is such a big deal. And I may even have to call up Joey Williamson. So I know Joey's here. He shows up, and right away he fires off the comment that he's not happy with what Vince McMahon has done, apparently. Okay? The guy who runs the stupid wrestling thing. Yesterday, I was seated courtside next to another wrestling dude. Joey says, don't call them other doctors. Okay. Well, all right, then you'll just have to get through what I'm going to get through. And that is, why are you people all crazy upset about this? I don't understand what's going on. I'm seated next to this wrestling dude, and then the info comes across, the notification that Stephanie McMahon has stepped down as running the WWE. Now, who cares? That's all. Half of it. You don't even know what's real and what's not. Doesn't matter. It might be true that she stepped down, or maybe it isn't, and they're just saying she did as part of whatever is going on. Don't know. They have blurred the lines so much. Joey Williamson, again, ahead of me. Buddy, I'm going to get to it. Now you're stealing my thunder on the story. How often have I told you people this? That you can't go ahead and ruin the story. Look at Stevie understands. Don't ruin. How long have you been here? You know that if you're like, oh man, I gotta tell him about this. I gotta do it. And I already know. I'm just waiting to deliver the news. But you aren't skilled. You have you don't possess the skills that your old pal Eric Zane has. I'm reeling him in. I've got now 3 audience members announcing that I must ban you for 600 seconds. And I am going to ban you. Yesterday, I banned Amanda for 600 seconds, and she is now pouting. She actually took it serious. Like, I actually hurt herself. Or I actually hurt her somehow. And she's now banned me. I'm like, wait, what? What did I do? I did my job. I'm supposed to ban you. Yeah, but you didn't. It wasn't for a good reason. Well, yeah, you know what? I owe you. What? You deserve it. Anyone who gets banned deserves it. And if they don't deserve it, then it should be looked at as a badge of honor. You should embrace the bannings. They're all given with love. Corey, this thin-skinned idiot still banning. Are you talking about me? Well, that's true. Well, anyway, Joey's got to eat 600 for that. Don't tip off the world on my stories. They might not have heard. You see, not everybody, which is 99.5% of the population, gives a shit about wrestling. Okay? But the story came down that I guess Vince McMahon has sold the WWE to Saudi Arabia PIF, which stands for Public Investment Fund. This news comes just hours after the bombshell that Stephanie McMahon, the daughter, had resigned from the company after her father Vince had returned as chairman of the board. Now, I thought Vince left because there was some type of indiscretion that took place. You see, that's what I'm talking about. This is all stupid. McMahon owns controlling shares of the company, is said to have sold the company to Saudi Arabia in a move that will take the company off the public stock market and back to a private business. Per DAZN pro wrestling reporter Steve Muehlhausen. And I guess I don't understand why someone who loves wrestling, like Joey, would be hurt by this. Who cares? It's not like it's going away. It's just a different, he can do it. And why would Vince McMahon be the asshole for selling something that's his? It's his company, right? Aram says the Iron Sheik may take back the belt. Yes. That's what should bring the Iron Sheik back, for God's sake. Corey, you see your name there repeatedly 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like 11 or 12 or 10 or whatever out of 13 comments. Make that 1 out of 13. That's what we need to see. Okay, I give Kenny shit like that, and I don't even know if Kenny still listens, but I give him all sorts of shit for doing that. So you're going to have to eat 600 too. Welcome back. Eat 600. Lighten up on the comments. Which, by the way, in history, you now have 13 timeouts. I didn't realize I could keep track. Aram has earned 25 timeouts over the years. If I ever see Amanda's name on here again, I can search that out. I don't want to search it out right now. Let's see, Stevie, one timeout. Hollywood's World of Sports, Joey Williamson has had 3 timeouts. Yeah, Aram, you've had 25 timeouts over the years. Kyler, you've had 8. 8 timeouts. Cole in Colorado Springs, 1. Chris in Grand Rapids, 8. Megan, 0. Savage Sack Lunch. I forget who that is. 1. Can't drop the E out of you. 3. Sir Bob of Oliver says, don't forget to add all of Kenny's different accounts. Bob, 0 timeouts. Yeah, I think there has been some collateral damage. There's Kenny. He has been banned 29 times. Aram hot on his heels. But I know that he has other accounts. He has, I think, 30 other accounts. Wow. So I don't get why the whole butthurt thing. I mean, who gives a shit that it's his company? Why would he be the asshole of the day? Because he sold his own company. Maybe I'm missing something. News of the sale isn't completely shocking, as McMahon made it clear that he intended to return in order to sell the company. WWE is entering a critical juncture in its history with the upcoming media rights negotiations coinciding with increased industry-wide demand for blah, blah. I don't give a shit about that. Last year, McMahon came under fire over various reports alleging the former chairman of having paid upwards of $12 million in hush money to various women to cover up claims of sexual misconduct and infidelity. Oh, boy. An initial report had alleged McMahon had paid $3 million in hush money to a woman that he was allegedly having an affair with. As a result of that report, McMahon stepped back from his role as chief executive officer of WWE while the board continued its investigation. Oh, my God. Who knew it was going to get to this point? I mean, back when his old man was running it, and then later him, we used to watch it on Saturday morning. It would feature a heel taking on a loser or a face taking on a loser. Very rarely would two top wrestlers compete. You saved that for Saturday night's main event, man. Oh, my God. That's when Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda. Was it Rotundo or Rotunda? What were they? The USA Express beat Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik to steal the belt. I don't give a shit about that anymore because I'm not a child. Holy crap. I don't know. Does this mean, Joey, that you won't be able to go to the WWE events? Now that the Saudis are running it, are they gonna steep it in all sorts of gimmicks and shit like that, where one guy dresses up as an airplane and crashes it into a couple of wrestlers dressed up as Twin Towers? Is that where we're going with this now? Is that what you're suggesting? That would be shocking. Well, anyway, yeah, the WWE is being sold. What does that mean? I don't think anybody knows. I don't think anybody really cares. Don't think for a second that it's just, you're not going to see it anymore. Come on. Yesterday, I was introduced to a broadcaster by the name of Miguel Gurwitz. Now, as we open up the show, I've really been milking the fact that the Lions beat the Packers. This one dude was like, oh, yeah, you're acting like your team just won the Super Bowl. And it's like, well, kind of, yeah. I mean, that's all we got. The football season's over. We finished with a winning record. We beat the Packers twice, including in Green Bay, to keep the Packers out of the playoffs. That was huge. This was the play to seal it for the Lions. If they get the first down, then the game is over. And they got it. DJ Chark.
Season comes down to a snap. And Goff is looking to throw it. He throws it. It's caught for the first down by DJ Chark. And you can hear them from all the way in Seattle.
The fact that it was 4th and 1, you know? Lions know that a field goal they could still lose the game. So they just go for it, and they ram it right up their ass. But the thing that really caught my eye was the same damn play as called by Miguel Gurwitz. I think it's NBC Universaro or something like that.
Pide que se escandalice esto. Y aquí está, pase completo. Game over. Game over. Con DJ Chark. DJ Chark. DJ Chark. Qué manera de cerrar el partido.
Everything's better. Everything's better Spanish speaking. I need to watch games on Universo. I don't give a shit who's playing. If you've got that type of talent being that awesome, I don't know why I've never thought about matching up Baby Shark to DJ Chark. I never once have thought of that. And I'm kicking myself for not doing it. But I love that this guy did.
Pide que se escandalice esto. Y aquí está, pase completo. Game over.
I like how game over sounds exactly like when I say it. What is it? Tu madre es una puta. Game over.
Game over.
And it's when you're saying it in Spanish, it's not game over. It's game over. It's like Gaymover. Game over.
Y aquí está, pase completo, game over. Game over. Con DJ Shark. DJ Shark. DJ Shark. Qué manera de cerrar el partido.
That is awesome. Oh my God, is that great? Miguel Gurwitz is his name. Big fan. Go Lions. Next year they have the, I think the 6th pick in this upcoming draft. This is how it went yesterday on the show. Aram immediately started shit with me. Aram's funny because he'll write, I'm really trying to be less sarcastic. And then my first show back after like 4 days off or 5 days off or however long I was gone, his first comment is a smart-ass comment. So I said, all right, fine. I'm going to let you have it. Here you go. And then Amanda comes in there and she's like, Aram, stir that pot, Aram. That's what she wrote, something like that. So I was like, all right, you're going to encourage him? I'm going to make you pay too. I still owe you from last week. And now she's actually hurt over something that's part of the show. Listen to this. This is great. She wrote, hey, why did he ban me? I was calling Aram an asshole. Well, you didn't. She writes, if you could relay a message, you can tell him I'm not letting this roll off me this time, and I'm not listening for now. He's pissing me off because he's reading my comments wrong. So wish granted. I'm taking a break. Kenny writes, you owed her from last week, not me. I stand by that. Well, there you go. Welcome to the 30 Club, because you just got 30. You just got 600, and you just got your 30th time out. DJ Chark, DJ Chark, yeah, I stand by it too. Here, eat 600. All right. There's no way she picks up. No, she'll pick up because she loves the attention. She loves the attention. Oh, my gosh. She loves the attention more than anything. Hey, hang on a second. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? I was just checking in, seeing if you're okay. The word on the street is you're getting ready to slash your wrists because you got 600 seconds.
No, not slash my wrist. I'm pissed off at you.
Really?
Yep.
Well, break it down. Go ahead.
You keep reading my comments incorrectly.
I know how to read. What are you talking about?
With Sam, I was just telling you to tell her to friend me.
No.
Because I didn't know why she unfriended me.
I know.
I did not tell you to ask her why she unfriended me. And then I shut up because I realized I was being distracting because I got really excited when I heard you were talking to Sam.
It doesn't matter what you said. It's just the idea that why would I even bring that up?
Well, exactly. That's why I backed off.
Right. Okay. So that's fine. So we agree.
Yeah.
We agree about how dumb you were. No problem.
Yeah. So then yesterday you accused me of egging on Aram when I wasn't. I said, way to stir the pot, Aram. You missed the way. And you were like, stir the pot. No, I wasn't telling him to stir the pot. I was saying, way to go, asshole.
Yeah, I know, but you can't tell context. So you were already on thin ice to begin with. So it seemed like you were saying, instead of way to stir the pot, Aram, I took it as, way to stir the pot, Aram.
I know, because you always think the worst of me. Well, you should know better than that.
You've kind of earned that. I mean, you've kind of, I mean, There's a select group of people who have kind of put themselves. You know how like when you were in school and there was like a kid who constantly got in trouble, and then every time the leash got a little shorter. I
don't remember school, but sure.
Well, you know what I'm saying. There's always one kid who get in trouble, and then the teacher would like keep an eye out on that kid. Well, that's you and Kenny. So that's it. You don't need to get all like hurt over it. I mean, my God, this is a stupid ban. He's just 600 seconds.
I'm not hurt, and I'm not wanting to slip my wrist. Like I said, I was pissed off, and I needed a break.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. You can't be hurt. You can't.
I was giving myself a break, and now I'm watching the documentary about January 6th.
No, that's unfair. It's completely unfair and unfounded. I dispute this. This is ridiculous.
Dispute what?
The fact that you are no longer here so that I can, yell at you when you make more dumb mistakes.
What are you talking about today?
Oh, never mind. I was talking about you. I was talking about you the whole show.
That's it? That's all you talking about today?
Yeah, just talking about you.
Okay.
And then Kenny comes in. He emerges, and then he says that he didn't do anything wrong when he was arguing with you, so I banned him again. And
He was not arguing with me.
Yeah,
he was being a dick, but he wasn't arguing.
Well, no, he was definitely arguing with you. All right. Well, have a good day.
I'm not going to argue with you about this.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Is that there's a question about the January 6th documentary. Is that the HBO one?
No, Discovery Plus. By the French guys that did 9/11.
Oh. Were they there too?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they were there, but they talked to everybody. They're talking to senators. They're talking to representatives. They're talking to officers. It's mind blowing. I'm actually laughing.
Oh,
at how stupid these people are.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm about to get into some more of the Ottawa County board meeting.
Okay. All right. Well, I might shut it off and come over for that.
No, you should. You're going to miss out on some real drama.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
There you go. Megan says, I really don't think Kenny was arguing. Yes, he was. Agree to disagree. Don't worry, you're not going to get banned. You can't. Either way, he was cluttering up the chat one way or the other. One way or the other, it was still on him. And then Cole says, as soon as you see Amanda again, give her 600 seconds. That's a great idea. As soon as she's in here, she's going to eat 600. Now, let's see. Where is the story about the Ottawa County jackasses? Okay, so now just some of you, I'm talking about something entirely local. But again, it's just to get you caught up. Now, some of you love this. Love that this has happened. Freedom is ringing. It makes you happy. And that's totally fine. Okay? What we have here is during COVID, people in the that live here, this is a very Republican part of the woods. Well, not only Republican, but the ultra-Republican. They decided they didn't like the fact that all this shit going down, so they organized and won like everything. So now they're in charge of the local county commission. A lot of the school boards have these people from this organization, this political action committee called Ottawa Impact, which was made by this gentleman named Joe Moss, who is the dude we're going to focus on here because he leads the county commission. In a period of a year and 4 months, he was speaking at these meetings saying, oh, my God, MAGA, we want our rights back. Fucking shit. I want the mask off. Come on. And now he's the big swinging dick. So he shows up to the county commission, disbands the diversity, equity, and inclusion office, says we don't need that anymore. Hires a black guy to be the new administrator. The black guy says, yeah, I don't care that you've wiped out the diversity, equity, and inclusion office. I'm a Republican. I don't care about diversity. How can you as a black man say, I don't give a shit about diversity, equity, and inclusion? I don't understand that. And that's John Gibbs, who just got the shit kicked out of him in the third district of Michigan for House of Representatives. So now he brings it. They bring him in as a hired position, giving him $210,000 a year. They show up for the meeting last week. They fire the guy. The guy gets up. He walks away. Oh, I can't believe it. It's come from. Gibbs sits down and says, I'm the new administrator. So that's weird. Then so all these fucking piece of shit freedom fighters are sitting there, and they're like, yeah, by the way, no more diversity, equity, and inclusion, and no more county slogan being where you belong, because you don't. All right? You don't belong here. Instead, we're changing it to where freedom rings, which is kind of a fucking oxymoron, if you ask me. All right. Yesterday was their first public meeting. Well, I should back up. The meeting last week, they brought out a bunch of things that they decided behind closed doors that there wasn't any transparency on, including the appointing of John Gibbs. Firing the other guy, there wasn't any discussion about it. It wasn't chaired or any, and they changed the rules so that they don't need a certain amount of votes. It was all fucking dirty. And even some of the Republicans that are on that commission are like, yeah, this is fucking stupid. I cannot believe you're doing this. People are going to kill us. We can't have it like this. But the scumbags that support them showed up in mass and said, we love you. Then they went ahead and fired the legal counsel for the county and brought in another team that has ties to this Joe Moss, the guy who's running the commission, which sounds like nepotism, even though it's not a family member. Joe Moss has a business partner, this Joe Moss guy, and the business partner is the son of the new attorney for Ottawa County. They also fired the health department director because that person was like, we got to mask up. And they're like, fuck you, you're out, and fired that person too. So it's all fucked up, but they kind of, I guess, earned it, by winning. So they met yesterday. And this is how this unfolded.
You are governing the same way you campaigned, in well-coordinated secrecy, driven by dogma over truth, and with a complete lack of integrity and transparency.
Thank you, new commissioners, for defending freedom at the last meeting.
I hate that. I never want to hear defending freedom again. I never want to hear patriot. I never want to hear defender of freedom. I never want to hear freedom fighter. Any of these fucking terms that these assholes use. By the way, John Gibbs, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just ain't the same.
A packed house for Ottawa County's second board meeting of the year.
A long line of speakers, both showing their support and concern over sweeping, unannounced changes approved by the new board last week.
We have team coverage for you. Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker will focus on what residents said during the meeting today.
But we begin with News 8's Joe LaFurgey. He's there with what action the board took today and his attempt to talk with the new board chair, Joe Moss.
The new board, backed by a group angry over mask mandates and other COVID restrictions, turned political action committee, heard from a packed audience today at the county commission chambers, some with questions over transparency.
Everything was done behind closed doors and then delivered as a fait accompli.
One could argue none of the
I don't even know what that is. What is a fait accompli?
Moves made by the new board should be a surprise. Not only impacts agenda, spells
That's Joe Moss, this dude with the punchable face.
Them out. But last week's move to fire
That's John Gibbs. You know, the black guy.
The county administrator and hired failed congressional candidate John Gibbs to
look at that back of the head fat he's got going here. Okay? That is impressive. Holy shit.
Replace him, shut down the county's Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and hire an anti-mask advocate to run the health department never appeared on the board's agenda. Even some of the Ottawa Impact-backed board members say while they still back the agenda, the process of getting there needs to be more open.
I was uncomfortable by that and how that took place. I think other commissioners were as well. And so what I'm trying to do is work hard with my fellow commissioners to improve that process.
Work hard to improve the process of being transparent? It was done intentionally. Here, Lafergie's trying to corner this guy, Joe Moss. This is the dude who started it all.
Transparency thing. A lot of folks out there were saying, look, you keep doing these walk-on items on the agenda. That's not transparent enough. Maybe legal, but it's not transparent.
Right.
How do you answer that?
You may not enter this room. This is administrative area only.
Okay, so that's not the only...
He doesn't even answer. He just says, you may not enter this room.
Question of transparency. New board chair, Joe...
You may not enter this room. This is administrative area only.
Okay, so that's not the only question of transparency. New board chair, Joe Moss...
What a pussy. This guy is such a fucking bitch.
Today, the board also voted to hire a new law firm to represent the county. Cronin law firm...
By the way, this chick with the gray hair, total babe.
Specialized in cases fighting COVID restriction-related lawsuits during the pandemic. Moss's business partner is the nephew of the firm's founder. But a vote to postpone...
Okay, I said his son. It's nephew. Moss's business partner is the nephew of the new lawyer.
Coleman's hiring and accept bids from other law firms went down by a 6-5 vote, and Coleman was hired with support from commissioners, including Moss. He wasn't answering questions about that either.
Right. There is no conflict of interest, but thank you for asking.
Oh, what a dick. There is no conflict of interest, but thank you for asking. This weasel. Oh, this is great. Okay, it says watch full meeting. Ooh, boy. You're talking 4.5 hours to watch the full meeting. Shit. Ram says, I can't believe this openly unethical behavior. Ryan says, Lafergie turns the heat on. Fantastic reporting. Chris says, I hope he keeps at it. Amanda's back. I don't have the energy to ban her. She says, you shall not pass, which is kind of what that guy did. I was thinking the same thing from Lord Gandalf, Lord of the Rings. Nick says, Joe Moss has a weaker chin than Jim Norton. I'm not sure what that means. Tyler says, people like that have ruined words like freedom and patriot. I roll my eyes every time. Oh, absolutely. Guys, update. Kenny says so. I was not arguing with Amanda. I can't do it. I have to understand that if I ban him, he's going to come unglued. There's going to be, in an hour, you'll turn on the news, and a school will be on lockdown. If I ban Kenny, you're going to hear about a school in his neighborhood on lockdown and parents scrambling to get there. So I'm not going to do that. Agree to disagree. It's okay that you were arguing. It's okay that you were doing what you were doing with her. Okay, it's time to cut through the clutter with all of the information about online betting. MyBookie. That's all you need to know. MyBookie. New year, new you. When I say new you, I mean, because you're going to MyBookie. Give yourself a fresh start with MyBookie. Whether you bet to earn, which some people do because they're good at it, or just to have some fun, MyBookie gives you the most for your money with their redesigned deposit bonus. Just use promo code ZANE on a deposit of $50 or more to receive a cash bonus instantly to your MyBookie account. Try it out. MyBookie. Promo code ZANE. Using this bonus is simple. Bet your deposit amount just once and you're ready to cash out. It's no strings attached with MyBookie. Promo code ZANE. Bet on the NFL, UFC, play for a share of big cash prizes in the weekly online blackjack tournaments. You name it, MyBookie has you covered. With so many brands to choose from, you need a platform that makes it simple to bet and win. Like MyBookie, promo code ZANE. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Okay, I feel like I've made it because every time I turn on whatever podcast, the big famous shows are talking about HelloFresh. Well, guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, I've partnered with HelloFresh. Now, I've experienced this myself, and I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Holy cow. You just pick what you want to eat. The box shows up at your house with everything you need to make an absolutely fantastic meal. How often have I talked with you about how much I love to work in the kitchen and make fantastic meals? But the problem with that is there's a little bit of extra work involved with like the research and then going to the store and then buying all the stuff. And then like life gets in the way and you never make it and everything rots in the fridge and it's all stupid and you hate your life. And then you never do it again. And then you eat like a jackass. Well, how about we forget all of that and you just open up your door, walk outside and grab a box filled with particular portions, exact sizes of what you need to make some of the best food you will ever have. And it's like you're a star because you plate the food and then you pass it off to your family and they're like, who are you? We had no idea you had the ability to make such great food. That's because they specifically tell you the instructions for each of the fantastic meals that you can make with HelloFresh. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, this is great. So all this time you've been going out, you've been eating out, you've been spending a ton of cash. How about you make gourmet recipes and you do it? Maybe you do it as a process with other members of your family. It's so much fun, man. Forget about spending all that money on expensive food. Make fast, fresh, amazing recipes with HelloFresh. My gosh, you got to do this. The box shows up and then off you go. Man, I love HelloFresh. This is what I want you to do. I want you to try it out. Go to HelloFresh.com/Zane21. 21 because that's what I look like. I'm 21. HelloFresh.com/Zane21 and use the code Zane21 and then you get, you guessed it, 21 free meals plus free shipping. What a deal. If you're listening to me right now and you don't try this, you're crazy. We're giving you free food. HelloFresh.com/Zane21. Use the code Zane21 and 21 free meals plus free shipping. It doesn't get more perfect than this. My gosh, I love you. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Okay? I love HelloFresh. You will too. Check it out online. HelloFresh.com/Zane21. Use code Zane21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. Go do it. So anyway, that's what's going on where I live. These assholes. Holy shit. Dear Meathead coming up in moments. You can send along a question, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Dad would love to hear from you. Megan says, oh my God, Eric, stop. Kenny is just fine. Well, of course he's fine. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, we agree. We agree. All right. For those of you enjoying the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I must send you on your way, but I'm encouraging you to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live if you want the full show uninterrupted. twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app. And then just search Eric Zane Live. Follow, subscribe, following so that you know when I go live, subscribing so you get the show in its entirety without any commercial interruption. You can link up your Amazon Prime account, and then you get it. You don't have to worry about that. So do that where it says subscribe with Twitch Prime, and you're off and running. Thank you so much for enjoying the show, though. Download the audio podcasts wherever you download shows. Just search Eric Zane Show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or iHeart. And then you can listen to the audio podcast whenever you want as well. Twitch also has video on demand. If you miss anything at all, you can just go back and rewatch it, if that's what you like. Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliner Striping inbox. I've got T-shirts on the website, ericzaneshow.com. And there you go. Twitch and Facebook, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Twitter brought to you by Blue Frost IT. YouTube brought to you by Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. The open and live stream of this show brought to you by Sarah Honda Granville, SERRA, SarahHondaGranville.com. Head over there along Kennewa Avenue, just north of 44th Street, to test drive a brand new Honda today. You will love their line of 2023s. SarahHondaGranville.com is their website. Go to the lot and see their selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, the largest selection in the entire state. You'll love it. Sarah Honda Granville is Michigan's #1 Honda volume dealer for a reason, for all of their amazing service efforts. SarahHondaGranville.com. I've got an accountant who advertises on this show for 3 months a year, January, February, March. Tag Accounting. It's a mad rush for you to reach out to Tag. Why? Well, yeah, Eric Zane, I do my own taxes. Well, then you're losing money, okay? You're actually getting less money back. You have to have a professional like Troy Ginzer from Tag Accounting do your taxes for you. Pay the $100 or so and have it done right. Okay, plus all of the time that you put into doing your taxes. My God. Jesus, an entire white knuckle weekend. Speaking of anxiety, fuck that. Tag Accounting, online at tagcpa.net. Phone number, 616-301-9516. Call 616-301-9516. Mention my name and book your time. Get started. The professionals there will give you all the information you need on how you get started. It involves sending last year's return to them so they can kind of get a baseline of your tax life, if you will. And then next, for this last year's taxes, the current year, I should say, you're going to send them 2021 is what I'm telling you. And then 2022, you can upload all of your material via their online portal, so it doesn't matter where you are in the listening audience. They've got you covered. No matter what state you're in. Tag Accounting, mention my name, 616-301-9516. My friends at Bennett Flooring Installation, #1 in Michigan for flooring installation. Go ahead, rip out the old flooring. Going to save yourself some time and some money. And then have Bennett Flooring come, measure the room. That's how much it's going to, finding out exactly how much it's going to cost you. 616-318-0167. You get the estimate sent to you, and off you go. 616-318-0167. Call Jacob Bennett today. Typically, when he picks up that line, he just says, "This is Jacob." That's him. You are then talking to the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Jacob Bennett from Bennett Flooring Installation, #1 in Michigan. If you live in West Michigan, call him up, 616-318-0167. Don't go anywhere. Your old pal Eric Zane has to go tinkle. I will be right back. Okay, stand by. Dear Meathead at 9 minutes. If you have a question, send it along. In fact, where are we on that? I know one dude sent about 4 or 5 questions. Let's see. Nick in Maine, not Lonely Nick. A different Nick. Sent 4. Thank you. I appreciate that. John M. sent 1. Which will probably be hilarious. And that's it. That is all I have. Oh, my God. Well, thank God, Nick in Maine, not Lonely Nick. I can just call him not Lonely Mick. Not Lonely Nick. I don't want him to be confused with Lonely Nick. He has 4, so I have 5 questions. If anybody has another question for Dad on Dear Meathead, don't be shy. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I promise not to yell at you. Unless if it's stupid. That's up to me to decide. 2 dogs of 4 got baths yesterday. And the dogs have gotten to a point where if they like brush up against your leg or you pet them, you feel like your hand feels like it's got an excessive amount of like oil on it. That tells me that they're definitely due for a bath. Like if O'Neill brushes up against the fridge, it's like, what do you call it? Stainless steel. You can see like oil smudge on the fridge. That's how filthy the fucking dogs are. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, this has got to happen. But, you know, you have 4 dogs. It's not the easiest job. So I did 2 yesterday, and it's going to be 2 more today. Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog. And these dogs, I'm jealous because I see videos of on like the Dodo of people whose dogs, and the dogs just love it. They just love getting a bath. That doesn't exist in our house. These 4 just don't. And they freak out, and it's terrible. Benny was the first in there. He's good to go. Bruce, second. Hates his life. Smells so clean after. It's awesome. There's nothing that you want to hug more than a clean dog that smells good. There's nothing better than that. Of course, with O'Neill, you wash him, and then he burps, and you get turds in his stomach. So that's awful. Holy shit. I've never given a bath to a cat. Have you ever given a cat a bath? Is that a thing? We've had cats for years, and we've never once given the cat a bath. We've had 4 cats. We have 2 right now. Never. Do you have to do that? Don't they like clean themselves? Maureen says cats don't need baths. Kyle says we found fleas on one of our cats, so bath time for all 6. You got 6 cats? What the fuck? Holy crap. All right. Video I need to share with you. TV reporter, another TV reporter having some type of episode. Let's go back in time first to the big one. That would be Serene Branson. There you go.
CBS 2's Serene Branson is live at the Staples Center with highlights and backstage coverage we're seeing for the very first time.
See, right now she's fine. Right now she's smiling. She looks great. And then when she looks off camera, that's when her brain turns into oatmeal.
Well, a very, very heavy
right there.
Debatation tonight. We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go to Terrace and look for the bit. They have the pit.
Whoa. God, that's fucked up. That a person's brain can do that.
CBS 2's Serene Branson is live at the Staples Center with highlights and backstage coverage we're seeing for the very first time. Serene.
Well, a very, very heavy debatation tonight. We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go to Terrace and look for the bit. They have the pit.
Wow. Now I forget, but there was something some type of, obviously. But Oops. Data and Picard, we don't need you. There was some discussion about what the hell happened to Serene. Jesus. All right, now how about this one? This one in Canada, and Serene's fine. I think she did have some type of stroke-like deal. This one just happened the other day. You got the lady in the newsroom here in the green throwing it out to the field reporter.
Has come just a week before the 3rd anniversary.
Well, people we spoke with say they were happy that something is being done, but this is something that they've been asking for since day one. So for them, this is about 1,000 days too late. Now, Nariman, looking at after the day, families are pushing the feds to. Sorry, Nariman, I'm not feeling very well right now, and I'm about just.
Okay, well, come back to me right now, and we'll make sure that, Jessica, you are.
Look at that.
Doing okay.
Oh my God. She's about to go down right here. Holy shit. Ho ho ho. Yikes.
Sorry, Nariman, I'm. Pushing the
Despite that, she still manages to say sorry, fucked up, because she's Canadian. She says sorry.
Sorry, Aaron, I'm not feeling very well right now, and I'm about just.
Okay, well, come back to me right now, and we'll make sure that.
Yikes!
Doing okay. Thank you.
Whoa! Oh my God! What the hell? Ooh. Ooh, my God. CTV Edmonton later said that she became ill, but was feeling better and is now resting. Later on, Rob offered more insight while taking aim at unfounded speculation in a statement shared by the station on Twitter. She said she reviewed an overwhelming amount of harassment and hatred. I'm like, wait a minute. What? Why? Why is why are you tied to false theories about the reason for the incident? While I shall not share private medical information publicly, I can say there is no cause for concern, and that my understanding of my own medical background provides a reasonable explanation for what happened. I can confirm, however, that the situation was in no way related to the COVID-19 vaccine. Of course, that's what assholes in Ottawa County do, and in other places, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if the Ottawa County Commission were the ones who were harassing her, saying, see, you deserve it because you were vaccinated. That's what happened to you. I mean, nowadays, if you commit suicide, if you jump off a building, they're going to say that it was brought on because you had the COVID-19 vaccine. That's the new thing that these pieces of shit do. They just, if anything, like I had that anxiety attack last night. I talked about it. And it's much better now, but at the time, it was the worst thing ever. I'm surprised, that's the type of thing that they'd say. It's, oh, my God, you had that anxiety attack, Zane, because you got vaccinated, so you deserve it. You're a fucking idiot, Zane, for getting They're literally waiting for The Lions fucking did not make the playoffs. That's because the team was vaccinated. We all know that. My God. Jesus. So she's fine. And she didn't really say what the hell happened. Or I would go out of my way to say what happened, just so that people. But she did say she's fine, but who knows if that's true. But that is absolutely unbelievable. Holy shit. Scary. The only time that I've experienced anything remotely to that is when I passed out after the chainsaw incident. That was my God. She posted a pic of a positive COVID test. That's why. That's what Chris says. So she has COVID now? Is that what the problem is? I guess I'm not understanding exactly what you mean by that. Maybe give me a little more info so I can look it up. So she has COVID and she put it on her Instagram and they gave her shit about that? I don't understand that. Weird. All right. Okay, let's bring in Dad here for another Rip Roaring edition of Dear Meathead, brought to you by Baldwin Ace Hardware. Baldwin Ace Hardware, the beacon of DIY awesomeness in the Northland.
Good morning, my handsome son.
Hey, handsome Dad, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. And yourself?
Not bad, not bad. It's another edition of Dear Meathead. You got your lovely sidekick by your side?
She just got here. You believe it or not?
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah. How is you and your beautiful wife and your whole crowd that you got over there?
Oh, they're great. They're doing well. They are just glad that you are here to join us for another edition of Dear Meathead.
Yes, thank you.
Dad, there's a big lottery that's about to happen. Have you seen it's over $1 billion again?
Yes, I have. I can't believe that. Did anybody win?
No
one won it yet.
No, they just the latest draw produced no grand prize winners. So that means,
oh my God, what will they do with that money?
Now it's growing again.
Wow.
So we're talking not 1 million, but 999 million.
Yeah.
Plus $1 million. It's more. It's over $1 billion, Dad. I mean, can you imagine what the hell would happen if you won all that money? What would you do with that money, Dad?
I would deliver that to every needy person in America.
Well, you might be spread a little thin.
I would have no use for that.
You would have no use for the money, huh?
Not personally.
Well,
I mean, everything I want, I got.
Yeah, you got the house, you got the wife,
I got the wife, I got you, I got rest of the. Oh God, I got so many blessings.
That is so sweet. What a thing to say, you know?
Oh my God.
Maybe you can hire a guy to help you shovel snow and stand next to you.
I already have. I've got one.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Well, he hasn't done it yet, but we got one.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, no more shoveling for me. I'll tell you that right now.
I know it. Yeah. Hey, your face is all healed up, right?
Yeah, except one little spot on my kneecap.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about that. Okay. Nathan has a question. He writes, Dear Meathead, I need to get rich fast. What are your 6 favorite numbers?
Oh, my God. 16, 11, 9, 17. Have I got them all? One more, 12?
12, and then I need one more.
34. What is it? 34. 34.
All right, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. 16, 11, 9, 17, 12, and 34. Okay.
It's got to be a winner.
It has to be. So this is all being documented because we're speaking and it's being recorded. The world, the world will know that you, in fact, predicted the winner.
Yes. And I didn't keep any of the money.
Well, if they win, they got to give it to charity.
It's got to go to a lot of needy people.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
So if they win, give it all away. What about pay some bills and then give it all away? Is that
I got no bills.
I know, but if someone else wins it.
Yeah, pay your bills and don't charge anymore. Charge enough that you know the next month that come due, you'll be able to pay it off.
Okay.
40 years to teach you that.
Well, my wife taught me that. I had charge accounts you wouldn't believe.
Oh boy. Okay, so you now when did you use the charge accounts? Was it before when you were living with me, or after you left when you started dating Joanne?
Oh, I was charging him. I was charging him when I was just dating her.
Okay, so you.
Yeah. She says, Joanne just said it took her 40 years to stop me from doing that.
So she married you despite the fact you were massively in debt?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Boy, it must have been true love.
Yeah. It was. And I'll tell you one thing. We had terrific times before we got married.
Oh, yeah, and you had them after, too. Yeah, you're making it sound that like as soon as you got married, it all went to shit.
Hey, if you took away my charge accounts, I would be one sad puppy.
Well, I did.
Yeah, she did, and now you're now you're talking about the bad times.
Yeah. Man, you couldn't stop me from spending money.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's why you'd get bummed out at me.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I learned it from you, okay?
Okay.
All right, Dad. Jonathan has a question, and he's going back to a question that my son asked me. This is years ago. Jim always had a tendency to ask me silly questions. And
this is from Jonathan?
John wrote this. He heard.
Oh, John, okay.
Yeah, John wrote that he wants to know, what if your arm was a bazooka?
Wait a minute. Go over that. What is it? What?
What if your arm was a bazooka?
Well, I don't know. Where are we coming up with this idea?
Well, that's what I thought, too. I mean, the reason why he brings that up is because your grandson, Jim, when he was young, asked me that question. Dad, what if my arm was a bazooka?
That's from old games he played.
I don't think I want to think about that because that's a weapon.
Okay, so you're not big on the weapons.
A weapon is there to destroy things.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in destruction.
Oh, okay. So you're more about love.
I care for. Hey, I'm sitting there thinking about if I had another $10,000 today, what I would do, and I thought of a couple of neighbors that I'd like to help out.
Wow, you have really become like a.
I mean, just look at this. I wake up. I got a beautiful place to live. Comfortable. My honey gives me my food.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking outside. There's a beauty in the nature.
Right. You got beauty. You got nature. You got the wife. You got, yeah.
What else do you want? And you got comfort. You got enough money to live on.
I think that you're kind of like demonstrating this unbelievable wisdom here. That's just fantastic. I mean, it's you're living, like the way God intended.
I'm sure that's all I need.
All right, Dad. Nick has this. He says, Meathead, I was wondering what you think about circuses and clowns. He says he likes the trapeze, but he says the clowns freak me out. What do you think?
I start to think, why would the clown freak you out?
Yeah, he thinks that they're like creepy, I think.
I don't see how. It's a human being.
Right, yeah.
And really, no human being is going to be creepy to me. None. I mean, if anything, I'd mess them up and throw them away for a...
Yeah.
No, but I mean, if it's somebody that's hurting me, I want to hurt back.
Yeah. I mean, you said no human being is creepy to me, but I mean, if it's a serial killer, that might be a little creepy.
I think I misunderstood that whole question. There, really, you're right. If it's definitely, you just put it together rightly.
Okay, so The suggestion is, well, wait a minute. In the last thing you spoke of, you said, no, say no to violence. But if the wrong guy's there, you're going to mess him up.
Well, if you're messing me up, I got to defend myself.
Absolutely. What about the circus in general? You go there, they're on the big top. You got the guys swinging from the trapeze. You're paid.
I like the circus.
I do too. I don't know.
I definitely do.
I don't like the idea of the animals in the circus, though, because I think those animals are kind of treated poorly, if I understand correctly.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. One thing, I have an exceptional care and love for animals. Not the kind that would damage you, but God, I love. My neighbors go with their dogs walking. I got a deep area in my front yard.
Yep.
I sit there, and then they bring the dog to me.
Right. Now, I
just play with them a little bit. Set in a hole in the front yard and pet the dog. Yeah.
So that's right. You said you just sit in the hole, so you kind of like.
Well, it looks like a hole. It's a ditch. It's a ditch.
Do the people know that you're there, or do you like freak them out?
Yeah. That's above the ground, but there's a depth in there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were hiding like a.
No. I sit there on the side of the street.
I was gonna say the dog's gonna attack. They're gonna think you're They're gonna think that you're like someone trying to strangle them to death.
Don't say that. No, they come to me if I call them. Hey, people know me.
Yeah, I know. You're extra special. I noticed. Didn't you tell me that your neighbor across the street gave you like a walker?
Yeah. It's like a $200 item.
Wow, you got great neighbors. I got to go bang on their door and tell them how much that we.
He's got one more just like that over there. He keeps that one for himself.
Oh.
That's brought us dinner.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The guy behind me?
Oh, yeah.
Bought us the dinner.
Yeah, I love.
This is the greatest neighborhood anybody could ever ask for.
You're right. You got it all over there. The one guy's giving you like walkers. The next guy's buying you food. Tell him you need a car.
Hey, we got a nice car, so there's no way they're going to give me a car.
Dad, this question: do you believe in Bigfoot?
I really don't remember the activity of a Bigfoot. What did it do? What did the Bigfoot do?
Wait a minute. You just said I really don't remember the activity of a Bigfoot?
Yeah, what's a Bigfoot do? Other than you walk on it.
You remember the $6 million man got in a fight with Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a creature.
Oh, okay.
It's a creature.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I do with that. You're asking me some tough questions.
Well, he wants to know if you believe in it.
I don't believe in it.
Oh, okay. It's like a mythical figure. It's like a Sasquatch.
No.
How about aliens or the Loch Ness Monster?
No.
Okay. All right. So you don't believe in aliens.
That's all a bunch of myths.
All right. All right. So now we're on the same page for that. I think I know the answer to this. You've been asked it before. Do you listen to music?
Yes and no.
I
do listen to some of the music
on the Alexa. I think you played some Johnny Cash the other day when I was there.
Yeah.
We were after Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, absolutely. Bob Seger.
Joanne's in a Willie Nelson.
Oh, yeah. I remember because when we were having dinner, we had some great dinner music.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, Meathead, one of my friends wants to buy a snake. I told him that
what?
He wants to buy a snake.
A snake?
Oh.
Yeah. He said, and then the guy said, yeah, I told him that it would turn him into a dirt bag if he bought a snake. What do you say about weirdo pets?
I think that's just as dumb as comment. I mean, if you like it, that's all right. But then again, often enough, there's a price to be paid for.
Yeah. Do you think that it's kind of like a low-life thing to have a snake?
It's not a low life, but
Just animal preference.
it's if you want to love an animal, get a dog.
That's your preference.
That's my preference.
Yeah.
No, I would not buy a snake. I would not own one.
What if, family member had a snake and they said, "Here, Grandpa, touch it." Would you touch it?
No.
You wouldn't even touch it?
No.
Some snakes are kind of sweet though.
How could it be sweet?
Well, I don't know. They're just kind of cool.
It doesn't show any affection or nothing.
I think they do. I think that they actually can in their own way. They wrap around your arm and try to kill you.
Oh, man, right. No. But I think, I don't know that, but I'm just saying, I think if I seen a snake, I would have to destroy it.
You would have to destroy it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like snakes.
Just let it go. Oh, it's not hurting you.
Oh, let it go. No, I'm not going to volunteer to do that.
I don't know, Dad.
I just don't like snakes.
All right, so you would let's look back on this. No human being is creepy to me. I really don't know activity of Bigfoot, and
I don't.
And if you saw a snake, you'd have to destroy it.
I don't like it around me.
No, of course not.
Right now.
All right, Dad, did you watch the Lions the other night?
Yes, I did.
How about that? They won. They're not going to the playoffs, but they won again.
I don't understand why can't they go to playoff?
Yeah, I guess the team that's have you ever heard of like a tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Well, the tiebreaker was the team that went beat the Lions earlier in the year. So they had the same record, I guess. But in the tiebreaker is the team that ended up going to the playoffs beat the Lions earlier in the year. So that's the first tiebreaker. So it broke the tie. Lions got to go home, but they did well. I mean, they won more than they lost. That's a miracle.
They did.
Considering they were.
I thought they did terrific this year.
Oh yeah, they start
next year.
Yeah, watch out next year. Hopefully, I hope they don't lay an egg next year. If they lay an egg, it'll be a huge disappointment. But they started out the year very poorly this year, and they came all the way back and finished strong. So I guess that's good, isn't it?
It sure is. I'm proud of them.
Yep.
It was well worth my time to sit down and watching them.
Yeah, I always enjoyed watching the game with you guys. So, okay, well, everybody loves you as always. It's a pleasure getting you on for Dear Meathead, and have a blessed day. Okay.
Yeah, you do, and your whole audience. God bless you.
They love you, Dad. They love you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Joanne, you have a great one too. Love you.
Thank you, and
Hey.
I love you too.
Hug your wife for us.
I
will you?
will. Likewise. Okay.
I'll talk to you next trip.
Okay, Dad. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
There
Thanks
you
for your
go.
call.
Yep. See ya. There you go. Talk to you next trip. Oh my God. Oh, that was just that was awesome. Always fun. Linda says, "Good God, don't buy a snake." I don't mind them. Like if someone has one, I would absolutely I'd touch it. You know, I like snakes. I don't think I'd want one, but if someone had one, I would definitely oh, that is so cool. The line, Florida Man 814 says, ha ha ha, I really don't remember the activity of a Bigfoot. That is a legendary line. Absolutely. Stevie writes, did you see Snoop Dogg narrating the squirrel taking on a snake video? Oh, well, that might require some immediate attention. Snake, squirrel, Snoop. Okay, this is old. Give me a second.
Squirrel versus snake. The snake gonna whoop him. This is an easy win, man. This is an easy win for the snake. Why are you not biting back? All you gotta do is hit him in the head right now. Go and hit him right now. Strike him, strike him, strike him. There you go. Back him up. Back him up. That squirrel is hard. What gang he from? I got my money on the squirrel, cuz. Don't get scared. Get the money. Oh, there you go. Over the top. Oh, he got him. He went for the head. He got him. He got him in the head, cuz. He got him, cuz. Squirrel got him. Now, if he can bust a nut, he can bust a snake head over. No problem. That's the nut buster right there.
I've never seen anything like that.
I ain't never seen no shit like this either. A squirrel beat a snake? Man, he rocked him. He's trying to get out of there, huh?
That little squirrel took it down.
He sure did. That squirrel belongs to a gang. That ain't Alvin Simon or Theodore. Eating away. He eating a nigga like a chicken wing.
Oh, no. Oh. Don't do that. Don't do that. Fucking A, that's great. What a treasure that is. Can you believe we actually imprisoned that man? He did something and we locked him away. I don't care what he did. If you have that type of talent, you can do whatever. You got carte blanche to do whatever you want. What the fuck did he do? I think he hurt someone. Yeah, he's too lovable. I can't imagine him ever hurting anybody. What a talent. I saw the video of him. He was gaming online, and he got pissed off and then dropped the controller and rage quit and walked and left the fucking stream on for like 8 hours. You're like seeing him in his house, wandering around the house and shit. Kyle says, wasn't it murder? Murder was the case? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I just remember he was locked away for a period of time. It's bullshit. Trumped up charge. Can't possibly be true, right? All right. Meanwhile, thank you very much to my friends at Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet. Talked earlier about Bennett flooring installation. The flooring that I want you to install, please get it from my friends at Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet, where Kent, drop the E, add a U, runs the show over there. They're in Granville, Michigan. So this is obviously a local sponsor, but along Chicago Drive, you're headed east on Chicago. And then as you are approaching that little downtown Granville area, right behind the Little Caesars, maybe you're approaching west from the east. Why am I getting so hell-bent on the directions? This is so stupid. They're behind the Little Caesars on the north side of the street. Ugly beige building, small red sign with white letters. Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet, the least expensive place in the entire state for flooring. Now, that's before they have anything to do with your old pal Eric Zane. They're the cheapest. And that's because they buy all the major brands, all the best products at in massive quantities, and then they just leave them on the floor until they sell out. And they will. And then they buy more. And they buy it for a reduced price. Okay? With these giant tractor trailers full of them, dropping them off. And then they put them inside of this massive warehouse. Not the prettiest flower, but who cares? You're paying incredibly low amounts for flooring that would be so much more expensive anywhere else in the entire state and beyond. Now, you add to that the 10% discount when you say my name, and it's even better. Even if you hate my guts, save the money. All right? You don't have to tell me. You can walk in there and say, Eric Zane, I don't listen to his show. Just mention my name, and I get credit for it. So this literally doesn't matter if you listen or not. Tell your friends, tell your family, hide your kids, hide your wife to get their flooring at Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet in Granville, Michigan. I don't know how many years it's been. more than 3 since Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid got on board with this show. And what a terrific, terrific arrangement. First of all, on a personal level, we have a trusted place to get our cars fixed. And that has been the case since it all started. 616-532-6600. So, it's better than just walking into any old store, any old shop with some grease monkey there with his ass crack hanging out. No one's at the fucking front counter. You go walking in there, and the guy who's working on the brakes and changing the oil is the guy that comes in wiping his hands off. Says, yeah, what do you want? Yeah, boy, there's something wrong with it. Yeah, leave it here. We'll get to work on it in 4 months. What? Fuck that. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Early bird drop-off. Late bird pickup. Free loaner cars if you need them. So you don't have to worry about anybody carting your ass around. Okay, now this is full service. So you go there to get like an oil change or whatever. They're going to check everything on the car. Okay? And they're going to get to the bottom of all the shit you might need to get done. Now, that doesn't mean you go, oh, yeah, do it all. But they're letting you know this brake fluid looks like shit. This transmission fluid is history. You got to change this shit out. And you might be like, oh, wait, I wasn't counting on that. Well, you do what you want. But all we're trying to do is keep you from having to have damage to these key components that are going to cost you a fuckload lot more than what it is to change the fluid of this shit. So quit being a cock and do it, all right? Get that shit done. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Now, they're not going to talk to you like that. They're professional. But I'm telling you. And you're like, well, fuck. Just change the oil now, and in a month, then you do the next one. You can do that, too. It's up to you. They're just letting you know all the problems. And they send it to you in like an email form or a link, and you look at it, and there's like pictures of the brake pads, pictures of how stupid your transmission fluid looks and how it should look, the color. Oh, it's proof. It's right there. I love that about them. Of course, every time I do that, I'm like, God, I got a lot of shit I got to get taken care of in this car. And they usually have like kind of pressing. You can take care of this soon. This needs to be done right now. They give you the whole color-coded, code red. Don't leave here without this getting fixed. They'll even, when you take the car there because it's not running, they'll determine that you haven't put gas in it and call you and say, you ran out of gas. That happened to my son. Dad, the car just stopped. All right, take it to Irvine's. Take it there. Get a call from Bruce, who's now is living the dream. He's left Irvine's, unbelievably. Yeah, the car had no gas in it. What? Yeah, but it's a good thing you brought it in because these back brakes we're not allowing you to take the car unless the back brakes are repaired. They're that bad. Okay, thank you. It worked out. 616-532-6600 there in Grand Rapids, right in the middle of Grand Rapids, along 44th Street, a few blocks east of 131, side street called Stafford, Irvine's. Just heard from somebody about Bosco's Pub. Thank you to Rodney for sending this along. Good morning, Eric. Check out the screenshots of this article in the Holland Sentinel. I'm sorry I had to send it this way, but it is a subscription-only article. Why is the Holland Sentinel a subscription-based publication? Okay. Despite crippling staffing shortages, this little Michigan pub has continued to thrive. 2 years ago, as the world was reeling from COVID-19, Doug Furness took the ultimate leap of faith. In the wake of a global pandemic, he opened a restaurant, Bosco's Pub. It was quite the change from his former career working in the tool and die industry, but he knew he had a good concept, something besides pizza in Hudsonville. And he had the support of his wife, his son, and his daughter. It's been going really well so far, Furness said. We've had a lot of support from surrounding communities. I never worked in a restaurant before, but I thought a pub like this would be a great fit for the Hudsonville area. The pub, 3380 Chicago Drive, serves up a menu of burgers and wraps, plus appetizers, salads, domestic drafts, and bottled beers. There's a picture. The idea at first was to serve lunch and dinner, but a struggle to find kitchen staff shifted the focus to evening hours. The pub now opens at 4 p.m., offering dinner and drinks until 10. Furness has covered a lot of ground in a short period of time to ensure his pub runs smoothly, even closing for a week while he and his son train themselves to cook the menu efficiently, filling the gap when kitchen staff left. We've really learned a lot, he said. We took a week and created some processes today. My son and I do all the cooking. Furness said the pub has proved to be successful in Hudsonville. The hope is to continue to grow and hopefully open more locations in other rural areas in West Michigan. How about that? We look for rural areas similar to Hudsonville, Furness said. We look at Holland. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We are very appreciative to everyone who's come out and supported us so far, Furness said. I've taken a few on the chin, but we've always been able to come back up. Yeah, I love that. So there you go, Bosco's Pub. I think I want to work there. By the way, here's a cute dog. I love that dog. Yeah, that would be fun for me, being that I love working in a kitchen. Can you imagine if I'm in the kitchen making the burgers for you? I mean, I can make a hamburger. These guys could teach me. Kyle says, yes, please open one in Byron Center. Well done, Bosco's Pub. Will you believe that I have to go pee again? Yes, this is a rare 2-urination morning. But I need to do that if I'm going to finish this show without feeling uncomfortable. Don't go anywhere again. Welcome back. Fifth Third Riverbank training begins next week. It's not called Fifth Third Riverbank Run anymore. I think it's called Amway Riverbank Run. 15 and a half miles through Grand Rapids. May 16th, I believe, is when that race is. So Monday was 17 weeks away of training. This coming Monday will be the official start of that training. 16-week training program again. Building off of the momentum of another horrible performance in the most recent half marathon. So that is on the agenda. I want you to think and consider joining me in just under 1 year at the Disney Marathon weekend. I want to bring a group down. We used to do that back in the day where I would say, hey, join me. And I would, well before the event, get you all to sign up. What that involves is you signing up for either the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, or the full marathon, or all of them, or none of them. And you go down and you're part of the AT Children's Project Cure team. There's a pasta dinner on Saturday night where we kind of get together and see Mickey and Minnie, and my giant titties come out with Mickey and Minnie. And you, on your own, between the time you decide to do this and the event, try to get your friends and family to sponsor you for your efforts. Say, hey, I'm running for the... and so then you... that's called a fundraising minimum. You raise that money goes to the charity. You go down to Disney, and then we hang out, and then you have a little vacation to break up the winter, and it's all to help raise money for the AT Children's Project, a deadly neuromuscular degenerative disease that, it affects children at a younger age and ends up reducing their life expectancy to about 20 to 30 years. So Just be understanding that I'll be throwing that out there when we start to talk about this a little more when we get closer to when we start to have people enter or sign up for that. So basically what you'll have to do is get down there, get a place to stay. You could stay at Orange Lake in Kissimmee, near where I am, but not in my room. And we could spend a lot of time together poolside. That's it. Not in my room. Okay. Can you imagine if Sarah and Megan stayed in our room? You know what? I might not even have a vote in this. Because Diana, I mean, her hammer swings bigger than mine. I'm all bluster. I can't, I cannot compete with her hammer. Kenny says he'd stay with Sarah and Megan. Oh, I bet you would. All right. Yeah, we've brought dozens of people down in the past, so I would love to do that again. Where are we here? Okay. We talked about the reporter. We had Dear Meathead. We need to talk about Eddie Murphy last night. It was the Golden Globe Awards. And he won the Cecil B. DeMille Award. That's like what they give to the guy or the chick who has had a long career. This guy is remarkable because if you were to go back in time to Eddie Murphy's old shit when he was in his early 20s, it's cancelable. He's immune to that because nowadays, if they dig up an old tweet or something like that you said, basically you get murdered. You lose your career, you lose your life, and then that's the end of it. Murphy, it wasn't in printed form, but if you were to go back to like Eddie Murphy Raw or his first album and the amount of shit that he put out there, which was, if you listen to it through the lens of today or watch it through the lens of today, you're like, oh my God, which is not fair. That is not fair in any way, shape, or form to cancel someone when you look at them from through the lens of today at something that old, like 1980, 81, 82, 83, 84. You can't do it. Yet it does get done all the time. But he's managed to stay relatively free of any harm. I mean, the homosexual attacks, blatant shit. It's just not fucking funny at all. Anyway, he gets the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Here he is on stage, standing in front of that chick that looks like me. What's her name again? Lindsay Hunter. God, what is her name? Jodie Foster. Jamie Foster. Jamie Lee Foster. Jamie Lee Curtis. God, she does look like me. We have like identical hair. If I just grew my bangs out a little longer and put the glasses on, and we already know that I have the titties. She has huge boobs, by the way. You got her there. You got, what's this other guy's name? Steve Harvey. Black comedian. He got hit by like a Walmart truck. Morgan Freeman. What the fuck is his name? Jackie Chan. No. Morgan Freeman. Jamie Lee Curtis. Stuart Copeland. What is his name? Bobby Bonds. Barry Bonds. Can someone help me, please? Tracy fucking Morgan. God damn it. Shit. Stuart Copeland. He's like he's in the band The Police. Brandis says, "Are you having a stroke?" All right. He's wrapping up his speech. He's got his stupid award.
Thank you. They play the piano, but
Before I continue, he looks so youthful. He's 61. He looks like he's 21. He looks, outside of the glasses, he looks identical. There's an old saying that it's black don't crack, which sounds kind of fucked up to say, but it's true. I mean, look at him. He is perfect.
I'm going to wrap it up and just say something to all the new up-and-coming dreamers and artists that are in the room tonight. I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success.
Look at this guy. He's listening intently. He's like, oh, yeah, great. This is, by the way, look at the size of the boobs on that chick. And he's like, oh, he's going to give me some advice here. This is from a legend.
Prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind. It's a blueprint, and I followed it my whole career. It's very simple. There's three things you just do. These three things. Pay your taxes, mind your business, and keep Will Smith's wife's name.
Okay, that's the first of what is probably going to be several more jokes because we're into like awards season. Was that at the Academy Awards that happened? That deal when, God, that was incredible. Will Smith. Who was the guy that he smacked again? Chris Rock. Will Smith. Chris Rock slap. It was so great. Fuck. Oh my God.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
That is crazy. Okay, now he's laughing. She's eye rolling. And then that's when he gets mad. He just got mad because she looked at him.
That was a nice one. Okay.
He's like, that's a nice joke. That's not that bad. Come on. At this point now, from the time you saw him on camera to this second, he's become enraged.
I'm out here. Richard. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
That was so... That was such a devastating crack.
Richard.
And he ate that fucking thing.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Okay.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
He was like, I could. He was going to say something. He realized he's going to get killed.
That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Oh, he's so fucked up.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Was that spectacular? Holy shit. I still feel bad for Rock. I really do. I mean, he was able to put it all together and keep it going somehow. Jesus shit. That is still a fucking incredible clip. Damn it. That's rough. That made me feel bad. Brandon says I hated every second of that. I know what you mean. I'm laughing at the ridiculousness of the moment. I mean, seriously. Fuck. God. Has Will Smith I know he can't show up to those events for like 10 years, which in 10 years, when he is allowed back, they're going to welcome him with open arms, and it's going to be like, oh, it's his triumphant return, and just, I don't know. I guess that's okay, forgive and forget. Ryan says, I still don't understand how he went from laughing to Terminator. Holy shit, you're right. Okay, so there's that. So that's starting to make the rounds now. I want to, something from the basketball game last night that I wanted to get to. There was a player on the Maine Celtics, Reggie Kasunlaw. A little bit of a hard to say name, and I kept fucking it up. More than once, this 7-footer would score, and I would say Reggie Kasunlaw instead of Kasunlaw. I've never had this happen, ever. I've been doing the games with the, this is my 7th, wait a minute. More than that. Might even be my 8th year. I cannot believe it's been that long with that team. And this has never happened. Kasunlaw is at the foul line. There's a minute to go in the game. Maine is going to win. And he had 2 foul shots. And I said, okay, shooting 2 is Reggie Kasunlaw. And he takes the first shot, and he makes it. And he looks at me, and he goes, Kasunlaw! He tells me how to say it correctly from the foul line. And I'm like, well, I'm going to correct myself. And he wasn't a dick about it. And he goes, Kasunlaw! He wants me to get his name right. And I butchered the name, so I feel like a cock. And I go, excuse me, Reggie Kasunlaw. And he goes, thank you. Like, I felt so bad. I was like, oh, fuck. I finished the game, and I wanted to go over there and say hi to him and say, hey, I'm sorry, I butchered your name. I said, fuck it. We tested something new at the game, which I think it won't be long until the kids figure out that they can use it for evil. And I'll get to that in a second. When I say use it for evil, it's going to has to do with this ridiculous trend that I've talked to you about, where when kids see themselves on the big board, boys, always young boys, they act like they're sucking a big dick. And they do the Peppergrinde, which is a maneuver that, if done right, it's like great, And so let's say you are putting a penis in your mouth. For those of you that put penises in your mouth, this is supposed to be awesome. You hold the base of the crank with your left and the top of the crank with your right, and then you do the Peppergrinde on the crank during oral sex. That's what it's an actual maneuver. Now, young boys, when they're on the big board, they like to do that on the big screen. And it's so, if I was that age, I would wave, maybe give the finger, something that would get me in trouble. But what I know I wouldn't do is I wouldn't act like I'm sucking a cock. But that's what the kids do these days. They act like they're sucking cock. And so this is Reggie Miller and some other dude on some NBA broadcast. And you can see the kids behind these two doing this exact thing. All right? Here you go. This is what I'm talking about.
What? What, kid?
Okay.
What?
One more time. Look at, hey, we're having so much fun at the Raptors game. This kid's got the Penn State gear. He's like, yeah, this is what Jerry Sandusky would do to the kids. That's it. What the fuck? So now, whenever we have the camera and we pan the crowd, you gotta be careful because some kid might go on the screen. It's just hideous, man. I don't want to see a kid sucking dick. Jesus Christ. I'm sitting next to my guy Phil there, the ops director, and he goes, "Hey, we're testing a new thing here today." I go, "What is it?" Well, on the big board, a QR code is going to emerge, and you're going to tell them to scan it. And as soon as they scan it, their phone is going to turn into a camera that's going to put what their phone sees. It's called the selfie cam on the big board. So I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Really? Yeah, we just started. We're toying with it today. So he goes, okay, let's test it right now. I'm going to put it on the big board, and you scan the QR code. And then your camera's going to go live on the big board. And then you got to tell them to do that. And then we're going to, we'll have a guy who's clicking on each. They all pop up on his little server, whatever the fuck. And then he just goes live with whoever wants to go live. And I go, all right, sounds good. So then I scan the QR code. And then he goes, you're going to go live in 3, 2, 1. And boom, there I am. I'm on the big board holding up my phone. I go, hey, folks, how you doing? I'm over here courtside, Eric Zane with you. And you see that QR code right there on the big board? If you scan it right now with your phone is going to become the camera, and you will be on the big board. So let's do it right now. And immediately, everybody in the whole venue does it. And so, I mean, it was a huge hit, a smash. And we did that like 3 or 4 times during the game. Now, what do you think happened? If that were Eric, it would take me 1 second before I realize I have a free pass and I am in charge of acting like a total cock and making an asshole of myself and having fun doing it. Maureen says she predicts someone's going to put it down their pants, maybe show their cock on the big board. Absolutely. This is going to be cock cam. We're going to see... Don't worry about kids doing the Peppergrinde. We're actually going to see sex, like perfect vantage point porno on the big board. And so now I wanted to kind of say, hey, it's probably not the best idea, but no way. And no, I'm encouraging it. I'm like, this sounds great. I mean, this is going to be awesome. I'm so happy. And it was a huge hit. And now one person fucked it up. Nobody. So I love that. The crowd all behaved. But I'm telling you, they're doing that just to lull us into complacency. Tyler says, how long until everyone sees titties on the big board? Yes! How great is this? I'm going to try to bring in my pal, Phil, who is the guy who put it all together from the basketball team.
Hey,
Eric Zane is on the podcast with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. What's going on?
I want to talk about selfie cam.
Yeah.
The audience is concerned that they might see boobs or penises at some point.
I do not foresee that being a problem. Because we will definitely
There's like is there like a policeman who's monitoring it? There's like a delay?
Yes. Last night, our good friend Rich was siphoning out the any of the bad ones, which I don't believe we had. But he was switching everything, so that whole part is handled internally.
Okay, I was very concerned because kids nowadays they like to do the pepper grinder.
Yeah, we'll get right out of that the same way we would if it went up on the big board and somebody started doing it live.
You have the selfie cam is really something unique. We don't do that at the hockey game, and you got to tell Rich not to sell it to the hockey team.
Well, I don't know if I can tell him not to do that, but it's definitely a cool aspect of our game presentation, and hopefully it's something we can continue to do.
You're the biggest wrestling fan in the world. I tipped you off that Stephanie McMahon is stepping down, and then the news broke that the WWE is being sold to a Saudi Arabian investment firm.
Yep.
Is that bad? Is that bad?
I mean, I don't love it based on moral principle. And I just saw a report through all of my, very important wrestling sources that the deal has not been there. There is no deal in place, but I still kind of expect that to just be a smokescreen.
Well, yeah, even if it was, I mean, you're still going to get wrestling, and I'm sure Vince will somehow be involved in it. And his name has value. He drives the meter.
He does. There, over the last 6 months or so, he hasn't been involved on the creative side, and it's gotten a lot better in my opinion. So I'm a little reluctant to see what happens to the progress that the creative has taken, but there are alternatives too. AEW is kind of what I've been watching a lot more of, which is on tonight. And it's a great product.
I have a friend who suggested recently he had a hot sports take. Do you know who Joey Williamson is?
I know the name.
He's Hollywood's World of Sports. He's a big wrestling fan. I guarantee you've seen him at some of the independent ones, like the IPW.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
He did because he does content from time to time, and one of his takes was that pro wrestling, he made the argument that pro wrestling should be an Olympic sport.
I don't know about that. I don't see how that could be.
I guess Jericho had thrown it out there, and he was like, oh, yeah, it could.
I don't. I mean, we all know that it is, that it's all within storyline and all that. And and to me, that's one of the best parts of it is how this show can come together and the choreography.
He was doubling down. He was like, well, the way they judge figure skating, what you would do is you would do a match, and then they would judge out. They would actually score it on how they sold the maneuvers and actually the pre-match fucking pep talk or whatever it is. They would have to judge them. Oh yeah, you get a 9.8 for that. It was really convincing.
Yeah. I that would probably be the only way that it would work. But
that's stupid.
I think the people, especially the old timers, would have a big problem with quote unquote kayfabe being broken in that way.
Yeah, it wasn't his best take. I'll say that.
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, I just I had to talk at length about selfie cam today and how the audience thought it was going to be corrupted for evil by these kids.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen with especially with these kids sounding like an old man.
Oh yeah.
But we have ways to get out of it if it goes up for hopefully never.
All right. Well, you're the best. Have a good day, and onward and upward with the Grand Rapids Gold.
Awesome. You as well, Eric. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pleasure's mine. See you, buddy.
All right. See ya.
Thank God, because I don't want to see that. I mean, it's supposed to be a family environment. People get fired for that shit. You think you get in trouble for making fun of the shot clock? Can you imagine if you're the guy responsible for a big dick on the fucking big board? Like, oh, fucking the boss gonna kill me. I just signed off on this product that allows kids to show their dicks on the fucking big board. Fucking shit. Oh no. All right. Join me on Cameo, cameo.com/Eric Zane. Hire me. It's been forever. It's been too long. I might as well just give it up. It's been months since I've done a Cameo. They're just $15.99, and they're awesome. I love doing them. But I'm in a holding pattern, waiting for the next one. So if it's workplace, if somebody at your workplace gets, reward them. Reward them with a ball busting for their great performance. Or maybe you got a pal who's celebrating a birthday, or your wife's cheating on you and you want to let her know, or maybe the kids. I can do these for the kids. I tailor them for the kids. I don't like sit there and tell them to go fuck themselves. Sometimes people like to see the dogs in there. Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance is an absolute legend. He's helped a number of you get insurance in the marketplace. You've got 4 days left in this month before you can get insurance on February 1. Okay? So if you want to get your health care through healthcare.gov, don't do it on your own. Reach out to Frank Fuss, 616-914-4070. He's free. That's the way he does it as the licensed independent insurance agent / broker. He takes none of your money. That he gets paid by the insurance companies because he's doing their work, getting customers onto their policies. 616-914-4070 for Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. Please mention my name. Text that number. In fact, you can just text him, 616-914-4070. Eric Zane sent me. I need health insurance through the marketplace. Will you help me? That's all you got to do. He's going to send you a link to a form. When you fill that out, there's also a spot there. It says, how you hear about me? I'm one of the choices, says Zane. He's also the Medicare Advantage Plan, Social Security guru, and can help you with any other type of insurance as well that you have questions on. Frank Fuss, 616-914-4070. That's all you need for any type of insurance under the sun. Frank takes care of you. I got a mortgage guy, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, and also Mario, the owner of the Muskegon, West Michigan Ironman, with another season looming large. 332-6505. If you want to get yourself into a mortgage today, 5-star Gold Star service, NMLS number 3035. I was just talking with Kyle Ryan, audience member who also does mortgages. I go, how many stars are you? And he said 1, which is good. If you're a 1-star service, that's good. I said, how many gold? And he said, none. I haven't earned gold stars yet. I go, oh, wow. Keep it up. You'll do fine. But I'm committed to Mario. He's got 5-star gold star service. Everybody knows that that's better. 231-332-6505. He's earned those stars, and he wants your business. So whether you're refinancing, getting your first mortgage, or your 10th mortgage, he can help you every step of the way. 231-332-6505. We got paintball going on Sunday. Reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com, if you're going. There's also an invite on my Facebook page. 5 p.m. start, $35. Normally that's like $48. You get the paint, you get 500 paint shots, you get the gun, you get the mask. We got a pizza party ahead of time from BC Pizza in Grand Rapids. Want to see you there. If not, schedule your own party at TC Paintball. All right, I'm running along in the tooth on today's show. So I got to get into these last 2 sponsors, and then I'm going to call it. Kent County Health Department, thank you. AccessKent.com/health for information on the WIC program, immunizations for the little ones, personal health services. Thank you, Kent County Health Department. AccessKent.com/health. And, of course, batting last in the lineup today, Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8255. 8579. DJ Chark. DJ Chark. Get a furnace tune-up from A&E Heating and Cooling for just $79. I forgot to mention, for the paintball party, we've got, first of all, the winning team is going to get their names in a drawing for a new set of cornhole boards. Brand new. Is valued at close to $300. One of the boards says TC Paintball. The other one is my logo. Also giving away Joe Martinez, a $79 A&E Heating and Cooling furnace tune-up. My friends at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV are giving me a prize package. I've got Griffin's tickets to give away. I've got Grand Rapids gold tickets to give away now with the selfie cam. All at the paintball event coming up on Sunday. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. All right. Asshole of the day is not Vince McMahon, as Joey Williamson wanted it to be. Who could it possibly be? All right. I think I know. We don't have too many assholes in the crowd tonight in terms of the stories that I'm talking about. I could be one every day. I think a lot of you would agree with that. But I'm just telling you, if I had a kid that was 11 years old on national TV acting like he's sucking a big dick, I would kick that kid's ass. I would actually probably beat him. Asshole of the Day brought to you by TC Paintball. Peppergrinde kids. My God. News and notes. The question is asked, is Ben and Eric happening this week? It is Thursday, 7 p.m. I'll see you there on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. In mere moments, I will be reloading and getting after it on Patreon, and I'd love you to be there too. Thank you to Chris Yu for signing up again. Chris is funny because he'll sign up, and then he's not signed up. And then he signs up, and then he won't sign up. He's like, I think he's varying when he's checking in for whatever reason. But thank you, Chris. I appreciate you for signing back up on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Okay. Till next time, folks, have a great day. Bye-bye.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Surgeons keep our hearts beating. They do the amazing. Help save lives. And so can you. Your CSL plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines that can give Grandpa the chance for his heart to swell when he meets his new grandson, or give a bride the chance for her heart to skip a beat on her wedding day. Every plasma donation helps more than you know. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate today at your local CSL Plasma Center and be rewarded for your generosity.